If you would like to get a free swim form analysis like this one, click on the link below to sign up.
Hey Ebru, thanks for sending me your swim video. The underwater view looks fantastic. It's really clear. So the first thing I did was I counted your strokes per 25. On the first length, you took 30 strokes and you took 28 seconds. So your score was 58. 30 plus 28 is 58. And on the second length, you took 31 strokes and 32 seconds. So your score was 63. So that's not good. What we're trying to accomplish is trying to pull more water with every arm stroke. So I just wanted to get that baseline time and that baseline stroke count. So the next thing I'm looking at is breathing, body balance, rotation. You actually have very good balance and rotation. Your legs are not sinking. Your hips are rotating. I can see that you're even driving your rotation with your underwater pull, which is the goal. I don't know if you know you're doing that, but you are. Now, when it comes to breathing, I can see after you take that inhale, you turn your face back in the water and you exhale. I think you're exhaling too soon. And then when I see you inhaling again, it's almost like you stop and pause. So you take a breath, you're exhaling it all right here, and then I don't necessarily see a forceful exhale before you inhale. And I want to look more closely on the way back, so when you're facing the camera, I want to talk about it a little bit further so you understand what I mean. What I'd like to see is you take that inhale and then hold your breath a little bit more and not blow it out so forcefully. I know we talked about maybe you have an allergy and maybe that's why you're doing it. So you're blowing out your nose. That looks great. And I don't think you're getting a forceful exhale through your mouth as you turn your head to the side. Something to be mindful of. You want that forceful exhale out your mouth as you turn your head to the side, and it looks like your mouth is closed the whole time. So that could create some breathlessness for you. I also think you might be lifting your chin a little bit. When you breathe, you want to make sure you're using your hip rotation and you're rotating to breathe. You don't necessarily want to be lifting your chin. It's hard to tell from an underwater view, but again, something to be mindful of. So breathing, body balance, rotation. Let's talk about 3 main phases of the stroke: recovery, which I can't see, but we've talked about it before. High elbow recovery, fingertips below your wrist, below your elbow. That sets you up for a hand entry. Right now, I'm going to pause the video as I view your hand entry a little bit more. And I want you to see the cup of your hand. This is something I noticed initially right when I first watched you swim, is you have this hand cup. And I want you to enter and get more of what's called a hand flick. So I want your fingertips always below your wrist, below your elbow, and I want you to push back, push behind your hip, push the palm of your hand behind your elbow all the way past your hip. And I think because that hand entry is a little bit, just slightly, you're flattening out that hand, and you have that cup in your hand, it looks like, where I want you to just really start pushing the palm of your hand behind your elbow and get more of that high elbow catch. See right there, I just paused the video and your elbow is dropped after entry and your wrist is above your elbow. It's a really good angle. I don't know if you see it, but I want you to stop and pause the video right after you enter, and you can see what I mean about the elbow, wrist right now are parallel to each other. You want your fingertips always below your wrist, below your elbow. And that's probably one of the biggest things going on, is why you're not engaging your lats and you're not getting a strong pull, is because your fingertips are not below your wrist, below your elbow after hand entry. When you watch this video, I want you to watch how you enter and then you kind of reach and you drop that elbow and you have this cupped hand position, where I want your wrist, your fingertips almost parallel to your wrist, and push your palm behind your elbow all the way past your hip. I think that's the biggest thing that's going on that's preventing you from engaging your lats and you're in a way kind of spinning your wheels. You're taking just about 30 strokes a length, and you're not going very far with every arm stroke. So I'm going to have you do a lot of underwater doggy paddle drill, a lot of catch-up drill done correctly, underwater doggy paddle drill done correctly, because if you do them wrong, it's not going to help you at all. So let's move on to you swimming into the wall, into the camera. From that angle, I can really see you have this split kick a little bit with your legs, and that could be throwing off your balance slightly, is when you do have this split kick, and it's just when you breathe. So think about that when you're breathing. Keep your toes together, keep your legs together. I do like that it appears that you are swimming over that black line. You're pushing the water underneath your body. That's good. So you have a lot of potential to get stronger. I think the main thing is that hand. And even though it's sounds like such a small thing, it's that hand, and you're not putting all of your momentum and force and effort in that underwater pull. Your underwater pull speed looks like it's the same speed in the other phases of the stroke, when it should be a lot faster. So hopefully this helps. If you have questions, send me an email. Make it a great day.